Hi everyone, greetings, welcome. We are going to start right away. We have very soon Rune's meeting, and I bet nobody wants to miss it. So let's get into it. We have today our 24th AVC Subcommittee meeting. Today we're gonna focus on protocol scope. So let's get into it. Hi, we have here Clocky, we have Sovereign Finance members, we have Anon Builder, we have OX Root members, Marianne, True Name, Blue, Jack. Thank you for being here on time. Let's start. Also, I'm going to share our Notion. We are going to make some additions to our Notion. And what we are going to add, it's a very useful graphic that we have designed. Let me show you. Just this particular page, I am going to share it here. And also the link. Okay, this. We're gonna begin showing you, it's not gonna take long but this is a governance dashboard and information related to the holdings and delegations of MKR holders and of the MKR tokens. So we have here like a list, and this is basically to show the number of MKR of AVC members. For this, shout out to Andy, which is who is a Seed Latam contributor. He's not part of the Sovereign Finance AVC, but he's an active contributor of Seed Latam. So in here, you're going to find information about metrics and calculations that involve tracking MKR holdings, delegations, historical MKR received, and you have it here. So this is basically to have it in a more like visible way. And then you have the MKR owned, which is basically the MKR in wallet plus locked. You have the MKR delegated, which is the MKR locked, and the total MKR received, which is like all the MKR the wallet has received historically. And also we have the rewards section, which it mentions the use of 10 reward slots, and these are calculated based on the MKR held using a daily average throughout the quarter. And this is basically to ensure meaningful participation and, most importantly, to prevent attempts to manipulate the system, let's say by quickly acquiring and then selling MKR solely for the purpose of qualifying for rewards. So we're going to be like updating this, and also we're going to add this to our Notion. Hi, hello, welcome, Jiden and Nix. Let's move on to here. As always, this subcommittee meeting has been organized by Sid Latam and OX Root. These are the topics that we're going to talk about, and we're going to start with Blue's comments. let me share also the public document. Anything that you find important to discuss in today's call, please bring into the chat. It's very welcome. Okay, so I'm quoting here Blue's comments, and the question is asking for a specific input or suggestions regarding tools and support that would be beneficial for developers. And of course, like it recognizes the current lack of content in the developer tools and support section. That's why they seek um, a recommendation on what specific resources and what specific tools or support systems would be valuable for the devs who are actively actively involved in bringing endgame to completion. And basically this is like an invitation for ideas to improve the support provided to devs within this project. So we're also planning to have a developer that is involved in the end game to kind of discuss these. So if anyone has a particular guest, please let us know. This will be really helpful. Well, then we have Clacky's comment. So we have here the developer tools and support section. Um, this is the one that I was talking about. What specific tools and support would be beneficial for our developers? Play a crucial role in bringing the endgame to fruition. Okay, and then we have these is our proposals for this scope. We have, I'm going to like recall this in case, just like very briefly to recall this part, which is the Smart Contract Explorer and the Executive Spell Checker. Let me see if there is any comment in here. Okay. So in this part, this is like the two tools. And just to recall, the purpose of this is like to offer a comprehensive understanding and assessment of any smart contract introduced to the system. um like it provides detailed insights into the structure, the functionality, and everything that it's relevant in a smart contract. So this tool helps users in evaluating and understanding the contract's implications within the system. And then there is the next tool that is the executive spell checker. And the main purpose or like the main goal is to serve as an automated assessment tool. So this tool analyzes several and different critical aspects of an executive spell before it undergoes voting. Um, and the purpose is also to ensure that the spell is accurate, that the spell is robust, and that it's safe to be added to the protocol. So, like in other words, this checks the integrity and safety of proposed changes before they are officially implemented through voting. So the Smart Contract Explorer and the Executive Spell Checker, um, both tools contribute to the governance and operational aspects of a system. These by providing users tools to understand and evaluate the smart contracts in a easy way, and to automatically assess the safety and accuracy of proposed executive spells before they are voted on and before they are implemented in the protocol. So these are two, and then there is also the DAO toolkit, the UI for smart contracts, which basically this like easy interface for maker contracts. Um, so this is a user-friendly tool for yes, for maker contracts. It gives maker governance members a simple interface to work with maker smart contracts. So with this interface, the members can read, they can write contracts. It's similar to using Etherscan, um, but without the all the complexity, the confusing addresses. So this tool makes it easier for users to interact with smart contracts and improves the overall experience. So we want the feedback and maybe suggestions, more ideas into these from devs or from people that are very into coding. What else can we add to these? Um, it's very welcome the suggestions and more ideas into this. Okay, we're going to um, now mention Gearbox risk framework, since it's similar to Maker in the sense that they could use the same framework, and this could also help the devs that are currently building it. So what is this about? Well, this particular framework, Gearbox risk framework, is associated with DAOs, and it's designed to address challenges related to complex code, scattered events across multiple contracts, also about the risk understanding within community run protocols. There are like key points here. So the primary goal of DAOs is stated in as increasing trustlessness and transparency in community run protocols, but there are challenges always. So we are pointing out some of them. We have the code of these protocols is described as complex and not universally understood. The code of these protocols is well, this is the first one, that we have the events scattered across multiple contracts. Also, there is inconsistency. There is variation in how different individuals or entities understand and assess risk within the protocol. And to these specific challenges, so the Gearbox risk framework solution are what they propose is a unified page that serves kind of like a hub for risk documentation, for monitoring and actions. When it comes to the risk identification, well, this framework identifies risks arising from both external market forces, let's say, such as liquidity exploits, and also internal updates like tech, multisig, and governance. So, in short or in summary, this aims to address challenges faced by DAOs by providing a platform for risk-related documentation, monitoring, and actions. And what it's looking for to improve transparency, to improve risk management in these kind of community-run protocols. This, of course, by identifying and addressing risks arising from market forces and internal updates. Again, this is so maybe as example, it could be used in Maker. Like it says, at present, we conduct manual checks for spells, which are quite comprehensive. I would posit that the deficiency lies within the subDAO spells. The spell tools could be customized specifically for subDAO spells. I'm gonna share also the link. Kind of like some screenshots. So this is the risk in the transactions, and then we have this is showing like kind of like the risks, medium, low, high, and how is it in um the platform. Okay, continuing with Clucky's comments, he mentioned having clarity on the anticipated timeline and relative priority of the exciting developments within the protocol scope. It's important, and he asked for more involving more devs within these. So who more than the ones that are very into this in creating can help us with this. That's why it says, I believe it is essential to engage in throughout discussions, particularly involve our own developers, before proposing any specific improvements. Uh, so yes, we're trying to reach out to them. So if would like to have them as guests to have a more clear understanding from their perspective. I don't know if there's anyone that wants to point out anything from here. Please, you're more than welcome to share with us your concerns, questions, doubts, point of view. Okay. Um, okay, now moving on, we have the PullUp Labs quarterly update. So probably you have seen on the post what happened. This is the update. So progress has been made in ensuring the functionality and safety of two important aspects of Endgame, which is the smart bar engine and the allocation system. So we have put in here kind of like a very summary of these, which basically they mentioned Paul Labs mentioned that when it comes to the smart bar engine, they have finished creating and checking tools for the onboarding spell. They have researched and shared formulas to avoid tricky situations like sandwich attacks. They wrote rules for double checking most burn engine contracts using Certora. Also, they created and checked a new version focusing on swapping and burning. And as you can see, way more. And when it comes to the allocation system, um, PullUp Labs is leading a big project to design core of the allocator system and other parts. Um, they developed and checked basic contracts with um, chain security and fixed point solutions. And even when it comes to this part, well, the project itself achieved important goals in, as you can see, different areas. Um, and they also completed and edited a new part of which is the governance, the governance migration, which is in here. Um, this part. And this is related to managing how decisions are made in the system. Then the when it comes to the Sagittarius Lockstein engine, um, they mentioned that this is making good progress with plans and early work on important functions, um, and that they are also looking into improving the way they get information from articles, um, let's that are the trusted sources of information, and that they are working on making sure that everything is secure, but checking the code very often. Um, and that they are helping others in the community to find and fix any issues. Uh, well, so overall, it shows like a strong commitment to making sure everything works well and it's safe for everyone involved. Um, yeah, so I don't know if it's something in here that anyone wants to point out. And there has been also some questions, and it has been mentioned that more information is going to be updated really soon. So this. Okay. We're also going to mention about the spell minor error, um, which was from a few days ago, almost a month. So let me let's it's gonna be a month. But this is the link of the post in the forum. Okay, so in an executive spell, there were two issues that needed fixing. So first, there was a mistake in giving out MKR to AD Vigilant instead of 34.5 MKR. They got 34.55. And shout out to Clocky and to Rima from BL Labs, who they were like the ones who point this out. Um, and the second, so this and the second issue was a misunderstanding in the summary. So it wrongly said they were reducing WBTC depth sailings when they were actually changing a different parameter. So this mistake could have confused voters. So with this, there has been preventive measures. Um, so first, to fix the MKR mistake, they will take away the 0.05 MKR from AD Vigilant, and they are also updating their review process and making sure to be more careful in checking the details They will provide a total sum of payments when making uh, multiple payments, and they will be more specific with decimal places to avoid these kind of errors. So these steps are meant to improve the process and prevent these kind of mistakes in the future. Is there anyone that has specific suggestions to prevent this from happening, or what can else be done when it comes to this? I think that this is, of course, this is as a comment in the post. This is like human error, but let's do something about it. What if becomes or it happens again? There should be like I don't know, um, maybe something and a specific within the scope that must be mentioned about this. We're already thinking of having a specific detail when it comes to this kind of mistakes. This has been the first time, so yes, it may probably was not intended to happen, but something related to this we need to have very um, clarity when it comes to this kind of specific situations that maybe nobody never really put a half into mind until it actually happens. So yes, we're already kind of like thinking on a specific rule to add into the scope about these kind of situations. Um, okay, and then we have some of the news in the forum kind of like related to this scope. We have mentioned about the PullUps that they provide the update on the recent accomplishments. Um, and then we have about the executive audits. Both Wizard share a comprehensive template for executive audits, drawing from the executive audit guide, and this template includes a sample executive audit, providing a valuable resource for the conducting through assessment. When it comes to the SmartBet engine, analysis on the transactions of the SmartBet engine has been shared. 80/20 Sagittarius engine, a sovereign finance member, Jadman submitted a proposal suggesting the utilization of a liquidity pool token comprising 80% MKR and 20% ETH for the Sagittarius engine instead of using MKR alone. Additionally, in a separate post, Janma proposed that the exit fee from the Sagittarius engine be directed towards benefiting those who are locked up in the engine. This through incentives for VBOL, VORA. Furthermore, Jetman put forth another proposal to convert the protocol on liquidity for MKR DAI to the same 80% MKR and 20% ETH liquidity composition. You can also watch our recordings when we have mentioned more this into details in our previous call. All of our calls are recorded except from last week's call, which for legal reasons it was not recorded. But you can find um apart from that one all of our recordings in our Notion that I previously shared. um and this is also is being recorded, so yes. um 0x Dennis posted a post-mortem report regarding a critical bug discovered in September, which enabled the execution of arbitrary JavaScript code. The bug was promptly addressed and payout 50,000 DAI was awarded. it's important to know that no user phones were compromised during this incident. Okay, is there like anything that in particular that want to be added that has not been mentioned during the call yet and would like to point out? I think this is the perfect time. I'm going to like mute. If there is anyone that wants to comment on something else, please go to the chat. Okay, it seems that there is no comments or questions into this. We're going to look for devs that are working in the end game or that are actually know about it and have some information into this, so we can ask and know their perspective when it comes to this kind of particular problem with the lack of information and in the scope. Is there anything else to bring into this? Because if it's not, that would be all. Everyone wants to get ready for Farun's meeting. Uh, Last week there was no meeting, so it was for most of the people to create working groups. So yes, we're going to finish this call early just because there is Rune's meeting coming soon. We don't know if this is going to be the usual hour for the Rune's meeting, because if that is it, maybe we are going to change our schedule. But yes, for right now, it's okay. We're going to finish this early. Next week is gonna be probably at the same time, Thursday, as always. But if it's not, we're going to mention it in in the forum, and also, of course, in our Discord. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and probably we're going to see each other in Rune School. So that will be all for today. Uh, See you very soon, everyone. Bye bye.